Good day, cadre. Barber Dave here at Dave's Barber Shop at Home. Thanks for joining me for another straight shave. Today, we are going to be using my Philharmonica Doble Temple 12. Great fundraiser. For the soap, I've been re-watching Game of Thrones, and it's kind of neat because once you've seen the whole season a few times, you start picking out little tiny Easter eggs early on in the season. You start remembering things you didn't see before. So for that reason, and still staying in the forest, I guess forest and juniper flower, we're going to go with CBL Soap's Iron Throne. This was a special soap that he made, I think, for the season finale of Game of Thrones. So Iron Throne, it's great. I am going to be bowl lathering it today because I've noticed that the soap itself got a little bit soft. Not that affects anything, but just easier to scoop out a little spoonful and put it into a bowl. For our brush, we're going to be using a Rubberset 404. This has got a Shave Mac 2-band silver tip in it. For the, we're going to take a swing by London on the way out of the Game of Thrones for it, out of Westeros. And we're going to use Clubman Reserve, Panada Clubman Reserve Gents Gin for the aftershave, which has got a very lemon lime type flavor. And then probably one of the neatest bottles that Penhaligon has ever come up with, Juniper Sling. So it's a fantastic. The silage on it isn't the greatest, but it works pretty darn well. So I am so glad that everybody, the comments that we've received so far on the radio show have been fantastic, and I thank you so much. A lot of effort goes into putting those out, and hopefully my plan as of now is to try to get those done at least once a month. A lot of it will depend, obviously, on how busy I am at the shop, but that is my plan now, is to commit to try to get these done at least, once a month. And we will be putting topics up, the mail call and everything. So please get involved, because getting you involved in this is what makes the show fun. I'm also glad that everybody seems to have liked the fact that Chris, Chad, and I did the Zoom call. And seemed that everybody seemed to like that pretty well, so that's good. Okay. Also, I was glad to hear that people would like to hear us possibly do a Zoom call for the, because one of the subjects was, or it came in on the mail call, was, straight razor techniques and problem areas and stuff like that. And it's easy to do it as a video, but it's much better when you can have some interaction. So we're thinking about doing a Zoom call. So keep voting on that poll because that'll determine it as well. Okay, here we go. This razor, I've got two Filis. Both of them are the JMP. One is a 12, this one. And the other, I believe, is a 13. No, it's a 14. I'm sorry. They are fantastic razors. Just make sure that if you are going to be looking at one, get the JMP versions rather than when his daughter took over the company. Tremendous first pass. Okay, as always, we're going to go ahead and finish up the last two passes, and then we'll join you again at the end of the shave. See you in a bit. Okay, we're back. Just a little bit of cleanup, not much at all today. This razor is in just fantastic shape. And it seems to me that Filis hold their edges real well. Rich had made a comment yesterday about custom razors, or maybe it was the day before, about how a lot of people do the 6/8, 7/8, and bigger. I've got a little bit of both, but I agree with Rich. I actually prefer a razor in the 5/8 realm. They're just easier to maneuver, but there's a trade-off. Because, you know, with that maneuverability comes the chance to hurt yourself a little bit more. And then, of course, if you get into the smaller razors, you know, the Anton Bergs, the Helga strands, stuff like that, you can actually get down to a 3/8 blade, which is a little bit small, because then you almost get into the realm of the hair shaper blade. The one thing I've noticed about Iron Throne is I believe it's got menthol and I think it's W39 cooling agent. So it's just long lasting. And the neat thing about Iron Throne, as opposed to North, which is just another fantastic from Captain's Choice, is this has that burnt forest dirt, but then you also get, you know, which represents the fire, but you get the icy coldness, and you get the snow feeling, the ozone whiffs that you would get from cold weather. And then, of course, you've got the you've got the cooling agents. So it's I think of this type of soap, whether it be North, whether it be Iron Throne, but something that way, mountainous, Chris's Iron Throne hits it out of the park. So, okay, we're going to do the Gents Gen for the aftershave. Think about the Gents Gen. It's like, honestly, taking a jump off a diving board into a gin and tonic. It's phenomenal. It's just good stuff. And very citrus heavy. Now, you don't smell like a gin and tonic for that long, but it's tremendous. It's very summer. Finish up with some talc. A little bit too much talc. So once again, on the radio show, please give us your comments. We'd like to hear. And I'll probably be opening up the next monthly thread probably in a couple of days to start things off. We hope your families are doing well. And we'll finish off with the Juniper Sling. And this basically just is a more refined, a little bit sweeter, but just a wonderful EDT. Silage on it can be a little bit low, but you just put that much more on. So, all right, folks, thanks for joining me at Dave's Barbershop at Home for today's shave. We certainly do appreciate it. We hope once again, we hope your families are safe and well. And as always, we thank you for being members of the Shaving Cadre. And if you haven't seen us before, check us out at www.theshavingcadre.com. Have a great day, folks.